Welcome to this Year 7, 8 and 9 webinar for understanding new vocabulary in context. Now, there are three key learning aims, three key takeaways. First of all, we're going to understand what is etymology and why it's important. We're going to understand Greek and Latin, Roman words, and then understanding the root words to understand vocabulary in context. So first of all, what is etymology? Well, etymology is understanding where a word has come from. It's understanding its origin and how it has changed or developed to have meaning. So you will have words that originate from Greece, originate from Rome, from Italy, so Greek and Latin words, and they form many of the words that we have in English. So if we understand where the words have come from, how they change their original meaning, then we understand more about the English language. Now we have root words, often in the middle or the main part of the words, but sometimes you have parts of the word, the beginning group of letters or the beginning word as part of the word, which is the prefix, and the end group or the end part of the word, which is the suffix, and sometimes they can also change the word. Now, 60% of English words actually have Greek or Latin roots. That's over half of the words that we use and write and read will have Latin or Greek roots. And it's been said that education is the process of preparing us for the big world. And in the big world, there are big words. And the more big words we know, the better we will be able to survive it. So if we know Greek and Latin root words, it will help us to understand big words and prepare us for the big wide world. And we feel much more able to cope and survive. Also, knowing a text, being able to understand a text, we have to understand 95% of the text. And if 60% of the text is unknown to us because the words have Greek or Latin root words, then that really is going to stop us from understanding the text as a whole. So it helps with our understanding of big words, feeling we can prepare for the future. It helps with our reading and understanding the text and our comprehension. And also, it means that we can be word rich. So soon as we have confidence understanding a word, then we gain even more confidence. So the word, it's been said that the word rich become richer. That means we have more and more confidence to tackle bigger words and more difficult texts and bigger and thicker books. But if we have word poverty and we don't really know what these words means, we have diminishing confidence. We're less likely to tackle bigger books and bigger words, and we're less likely to increase our vocabulary and confidence with English. And also, it's been said that for bilingual students, they have an advantage. They draw on their advantage of linking cognates, so words that are common. So a word like a phobia. Oh, phobia. I know what that word means in my language. I know what it means in English. I'm linking the words together. I'm linking the cognates. So it helps us actually to understand other languages. If we're learning other languages, understanding Greek and Latin root words helps us to link things together. So we're going to look at some Greek root words now. So A means without or not having. So if you're agnostic or atheist, you don't have a faith, you don't have an understanding of God. Anti is against. If you're antisocial, you're against mixing and socializing. The root word aqua is for water, so you know an aquarium, aquatic. Aster or ast is to do with stars, so astrologers, astrology, you've got that root word there. Auto is to do with self, so if something is automatic, that means it moves by itself, it's able to function by itself. And arch means the most important, but it also means ancient and old. So arch enemy, archaeological is that the root word comes from there. Biblio actually means book, and the word Bible means books or collections, a collection of book. Bio is where we get that is the word that means life, and biodiversity, you have that, the diversity of different life forms. Chrome means color, and chrono means time, and then di means two or double or twice. Doc is about teaching, so document, and documentary comes from the root word to teach, to understand, to learn. Dyna is about power and force. Geo is about the earth. Know, like without with the silent G, is about to know. Graph is to write or to record. So graphology, or biography. It's the writing or recording of life and life stories. Hydra is to do with water, so hydrology and hydropower, and kinesis is about movement, kinetic, it's about things that move. Logos is the study of something, but it also means the word or speech. Meta is to change, or it's in between stages, so metamorphosis, to change, in between states. Melon or melano is about darkness. You've got that the pigment that we call about melatonin. It's about that darkness, the skin pigment, dark pigment. Mis is about something that's bad or wrong. Mono is about one, so monocle or monograph, one. Morph, we've talked about that, form, so metamorph, changing form. Narc is about sleeping or numb. Path is feeling, so pathos, when you feel something for someone else. Pent is about the number 5. Patria is father, so you have that kind of idea of the fatherland. Patriotic, but also patriarchy. Phys is to do with nature or medicine or the body. Poly is many, so you have a polygon, so a shape with many sides. Philo is to do with love, so if you're a bibliophile, that means you love books and you love reading. Phono is to do with sounds, so phonology, when words have sounds you can work them out. Photo is to do with light, so photosynthesis, so it's making things from light. Pro is before, so proceed, in front of. Pyra is to do with fire or heat. Schem or scheme is to do with plans, schematic, as scheme. Socio is about society and people. Soph is to do with wisdom, so if your name is Sophie, it means wisdom. So sin or sim is about working together or with. Tele is far, so speaking from afar. Telephone, understanding or hearing from a distance. Tropos is about turning, and zoo or zua is about animal life. So you've got those amazing Greek roots, and as you start to understand them, they will help you to unlock words in context. Let's have a look at some of the Latin roots, and these will be familiar to you again. So alb is about white. Audible is about hearing and sound. Together. D is to remove. Femin is about women. Flex is to do with bend, so flexible, flexibility, reflex. Fracture, fractiles are things that are broken. Lingua is to do with language and speaking. Magna is about how big something is, it's important or large, magnitude. Mar is to do with the sea, it's close to that word mer in French. Naut is about sailing, so nautical. Nom is about naming and giving a name. Not is note, to record or to observe something. Nov, like novice, something that's new or novel. Pel or pulse is to propel, to drive, to push. Porter is to carry or to bear. Rupt, like fract, is to break apart. Sed is to kind of sit or become stable. Sol is about soothing and comforting, and tact is to do with touching. So I wonder if you can pause the webinar and see whether or not you can find some words that are linked with the meaning of these Latin roots. So I wonder if you were able to think about albino and anabaster for white, audible or audiology for the study of sound, cooperate and coexist for togetherness, deactivate or defrost to remove something that's active or frosty, feminine or feminism, flexible and reflex, fracture and fractile, bilingual or linguistics, magnificent to magnify, magnitude to make bigger, to make larger, maritime or marine, about the sea, nautical or nautilus, about sailing and sailing implements, to name or to nominate, notable or noticed or noted for recording and observing, novice and novelty for new, dispel or repulse to push away or drive away, to transport or portable or a portal to bear or carry you from one place to another, rupture or interrupt, about breaking, sedentary or sediment when something sits, consolation or solace to give comfort, and contact and tactile. So you can see that using and understanding these Latin roots really helps you to unlock some of those words in our English language. Now let's have a quick recap. Now, why is it important to understand the origin of words, their etymology? What is a root word? What is a prefix? What is a suffix? Pause the webinar, have a go if you can answer those questions. So hopefully you've answered that. It's important to understand etymology because it helps us to understand big words, helps us to make links across different languages, helps us to understand text better, and it even helps with spelling. I hope you know that a root word is the base form. Often, 60% of the English language, often it comes from Greek or Latin, and a prefix is part of the word that goes before, and a suffix is the end part of a word. Okay, I've got five different rounds to help you try and decode and understand words in context. So, what do you think is an aqualung? What does it mean if something is automatic? What is antisocial? What is an astronaut? What is an autobiography? And Antarctica, where does that word come from? An aquamarine. And then what do you think an astazoa is? Have a go at that round. Okay, I hope you were able to say that an aqualung is apparatus for breathing underwater. So lung, breathing, aqua, under the water. Automatic, obviously something that works by itself. Antisocial, so it's against other people. It doesn't want to work with socio. It's about society and people. An astronaut is someone who travels through space. So Astra is about star, traveling to the stars. Autobiography, so you've got auto about yourself, bio is life, and graphy is about writing. So it's writing one's own life story. Antarctica is the opposite side, anti-Antarctica of the Arctic. Aquamarine is about aqua, watercolor, and then astazoa is actually from the starfish. So you can see star and then animal, it's a star animal, starfish. Next round. So for stories told chronologically, what does that mean? What does a chronometer measure? Biology is the study of what? Autobiography is written about what? It's a chromatography experiment will separate what? How will people be healed using bibliotherapy? And what type of place is described in the Spanish word biblioteca? So pause the webinar, see if you can decode those words in context. So chronologically means that it's told in time order as the events happened. Chronometer measures time. Biology is the study of life and living organisms. And as we've said already, autobiography is writing one's own story. Chromatography is the mixing, trying to separate the mix of color compound. Bibliotherapy is healing through books. So the therapy through books and reading, and a library is a biblioteca. So that's Spanish words we could understand, link with languages because we know the roots of words, we understand their origins, and it's linking the languages together. Next round. Right, can you decode these words? What is kinetic energy? What is geothermal energy? What is hydro energy? What's astrology, biology, geology, graphology, and sociology? Decode those words. Okay, I hope that you could see that astrology is the study of stars, planets, and space. Biology, the study of life and living organisms. Geology, the study of the earth. Graphology, the study of handwriting. And sociology, the study of society and people. Right, picture round. So these pictures will give you some ideas of what these things are, but look at the words and try and break down what they really mean. What's their original and etymological meaning? So archaeology, what does that actually mean? Archaeology. Monologue, what's a monologue? Dilemma, what does that mean? A dilemma. And pyromania, what's pyromania? And a philosopher, what is a philosopher? Again, pause the webinar, see if you can decode the words using your understanding of Greek and Latin roots. Okay, so archaeology, the study of ancient history, the study of the ancient. So archaeo means important or ancient. A monologue, so it's one person speaking. So logos is about speech or study. One person studying, one person speaking. You have that on stage, people speaking aloud. Dilemma, so it's that you've got two choices, you've got two options. You're split between two choices, a dilemma. Pyromania, mania being obsessed with someone, and pyro being obsessed with fire. So mania being obsessed with someone or something. And philo is about the love. Sophie, philosopher, is someone who loves wisdom, who's captivated by wisdom and thought, thinking, rational and logical ideas. Okay, the next round, final round. What happens during metamorphosis? If you're feeling melancholic, what does that mean? Morphology is the study of what? How many types are there if a species is dimorphous? If you're living in a patriarchal society, who has the power, men or women? And how many sides does a pentagon have? Okay, pause the webinar, have a little think. What do those things mean? Okay, I hope you understand that during metamorphosis, things change form. So like a caterpillar, excuse me, caterpillar will become a butterfly. Metamorphosis, it's changing form. Melancholic means that you are on mood, you're in a sad place that's uncomfortable and unhappy. And a pentagon has 5 sides. So I hope that that helped you. I hope that that really helped you to understand a little bit about Greek and Roman roots. I hope that it helped you to feel that you could understand big words in context. I hope that you made you understand that you can make links across languages, obviously particularly Latin languages, like Spanish and French. I hope that you it helps, you can start seeing that it's going to help you to understand texts better, and that it will even help you with your spelling. I hope that that helped you to gain confidence with understanding large words. Thank you for joining me.